Hello. So I just wanted to do a quick reading. I was thinking about opening spaces where there have not been spaces before. The reason for that is more so that it can be traversed, traveled across. Because some people it's like being in a maze or some type of labyrinth that does not actually have an out for specific humans, and that's not very fair. So I was just thinking about converting things that we think about as negative into positives, right? So here we've got, Flava Flav of owls. I have the Venus flytrap of clippers. And I also have a very angry orchard, right? So I was just like, I don't know. This is really, really geeky. And I'm going to confess it on camera. But I was having a moment where I was like, a Fern Gully moment with myself in my bedroom, where I kind of was relating with a lot of nature. Whereas, like, they're screaming, and so is their offspring. So, like, I don't know if you've heard Enya, Memory of Trees, but it's pretty good. And this is, about birds. Duh, right? Birds make their home in a tree somewhere. And this is the story of their demise. It is the Fern Gully, the Avatar, it's the eyes, and I want to emphasize demise. Those eyes that you have. They're very reflective. They're like golden, if you know what I mean. So I have acquired a couple different cubes in my life of information. It's just qubits of information. But if I was to compile and scan all of this design, what I would surmise is that the essence of the earth is being vaped, right? Vaped as in vaporized, ized. A vape or ized. You will either, okay, hold on for a moment. So I have two items that are, one is made. I made this tile. I copied the image, by the way. This is not my original image. This is a store-bought item. We have already begun embodying or kind of catching like, oh, that's really weird. Partition and portion wanted to come out at the same time. I'm looking at a basket that has like, this is the spiritual or the vibrational message that has been brought to this specific orchard or portion of the field. The vibrational mind body field is this is it. Look, white peach, right? We have the Venus flytrap. My point in pointing out all of these things is that the seeds that we plant can be quite extensive. That's like half of what is already there. Like, if you want to compare nature versus nurture, you're probably going to lose most of the time. And if you do win, it's kind of like breaking off a tusk of a walrus, or kind of like breaking off the horn of a unicorn, or kind of like breaking off, I don't know, some type of ivory from an elephant, a rhino, or a hippo. And then they're going to be kind of pissed off. So we need to rebuild, I guess, this introspective alignment with what already has been created. So, does this smell a certain way? Because to me it does. It's a temptation to both man and beast. It is a jingle that has become ingrained into the actual fabric of humanity. So are several other likenesses of self that have. I actually recreated this in this image because I wanted to. I felt like there was a real understatement of people who have a more unique, unrefined yet super sensitive and tapped in mindset. So I think these are relics, if you will. I did make a video the other day about relics and the way that we seed them into our physical being, and the way that they have already taken root in a very literal way. Yeah, it's a balancing act, but it's not that hard. So we have to understand that if we're going to ascribe these certain attributes to people, places, and things around us, that we also then have to understand the repercussions of such. I was having a really rough hair day earlier, and I feel like it just looks so much better now. If you look closely, there's suckers. They're all up and through it. It's setting the table for the people who may or may not come ahead of you or behind you. It's having an awareness and being mindful enough to do so. I'm gonna clutch my pearls to my chest and draw a couple cards. Yeah. Divine Guidance just came out in the upright. So that is the understanding that was needed so that there could be a full circle healing. Yeah, the bringing attention to something like this is uncomfortable because nobody really wants to be like, well, this is the reason why I feel like I should go under the influence. Nobody wants to say that out loud. It is very journalistic of me to have used this energy as a challenge for myself, and also for other people who may have a more strict understanding of like what the devil looks like. You know what I mean? This is my charge, I suppose you could say. This is my energy. Yeah. It's a frequency that resonates with me pretty deeply and personally. And it takes a lot of courage to catch up with it. It's not about me looking good, and it's not about me feeling good. It's about the ability that I might possess to wake up everybody else. There's belief, number 7. If I believe in divine intervention, or if I believe in divinity itself, just the very belief in and of itself that divinity may exist beyond the veil of cruelty that the world has or has not cast upon our faces. It doesn't really matter. This is not about turning the other cheek or being cocky enough to believe so. Yeah, this is about self-worth. This is about accountability. This is about taking into stride the fact that even if this was never my fault, even if my life was never my fault, quote unquote, right? I still lived it. And I not only had a great time doing so, I had the time of my life. 12/12 when I said that. This is about that 11/11 energy. It's about reflecting on the things that you had no choice about. Number 33. Self-worth is not a choice. You can either find it wherever you find it, or just not really encounter it at all. Yeah, this is number 9, tenderness. It's better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all. You may not know that from the very first day that you're encountering somebody, something, someplace, whatever, that you're losing. Maybe it's just a social influence that you thought was going to carry you forward into the future in a specific way. That part is not hard. And I think people mistake liquid courage or this idea of submersive feelings with cooperation. You don't know what somebody else is feeling. I do want to point out that this white peach is the same color as the cooperation card. So when we talk about like the blooming mindset, or the up and coming generations of humans who would have to make a decision about their ability to like have offspring, right? Yeah, this inner authority, we have to claim it back. And it is via any means, which is why I believe, and I'm just gonna throw this out there, I think that there have been specific demographics of individuals and humans who more or less have already been chosen as the future outlook. It's number 23. Something smells really good right now. These people are the ones that have probably already gone through cycles of this, have developed the affinity within their proximity to literally metamorphosize, not so much in a Kafkaesque or Frankenstein way. This is actually a long time coming type of development. It's the roach's ability to survive without the roach at all. Yep, there's the vape. You don't even need courage. You need genetics in this specific case. It's needing to be European when there's an outbreak of the bubonic plague. It's needing to be African when you're suffering from sickle cell anemia. It's needing to understand the encouragement of every demographic needed in order for them to be valuable, to be considered worthy. You know that song, Sometimes You Have to Encourage Yourself? That's what this is. It's taking communion. It is understanding that your comprehension may not be the same as somebody else's, but that there's still that the eye is on the sparrow. That you are being encouraged. Even if Venus gets trapped, she doesn't stay there. And she probably looks really fly the whole time. So there's that.